No, Cecil was different, still is. And the baby at the time. And he was always aloof into something else going on somewhere else. I have said this before, and I'll say it again. God had his hand on Cecil before he came into the world. And we started calling him Rev when at a very young age. I don't know why. And he accepted that. And he went along with it. And as a result, he was always somebody special, something special. He was good with his speech and his talk and dealing with people and talking to people even as a small kid and singing and that kind of thing. So gift of gab and a voice to sing put him in a special class by himself almost from the rest of us, really. But we had a loving family, so much so until we didn't realize half the time that we were being discriminated against. We didn't realize half the time that we were poor because there was so much love, and every time we sat down at the table we had something to eat. Even to the point where I knew every time we sit down to eat, my dad would pray, he would say, Lord, help me to put the food on the table for the next meal. But Cecil was always had his mind set on what I say God wanted him to do. And as a result, everywhere he went, he either changed things or it was something new that he got into, like out at SMU in Dallas. He was one of the first blacks to graduate from SMU. When we finished school, we all went to school together, all four of us. We were in school at the same time. So we sung in a quartet. That's how we went through school. I've always been a late bloomer. Now, I'm the oldest one in the family. I was the last one to get married, last one to have children, last one to get out of school, and all those kind of things. But when I did, then we all had finished college, and then Johnny came into college, and so I think that's a pretty good record for, bro, what is wrong with Cecil? Cecil's gone crazy, he's losing his mind. You can't do that in the Methodist church, you know. I got tired of it. One time the late Dr. Joe Washington called me at home one night. He said, bro, can you do anything with Cecil? Cecil's gone crazy. What's the matter with him? When he invited the prostitutes into the church to have a meeting. I said, look, Joe, let me tell you one so-and-so thing. I said, don't you never call my house no more and tell you nothing about my brother. I said, he has his own ministry, and he doing his own thing. And I don't see a thing in the world wrong with it. If you don't like it, then stop reading about it or whatever you do, wherever you get your news from, then you cut it off, you know. Cecil didn't stop just at Wesley doing his thing. That was the church where we all went, born and raised in. He went across town to the white churches and got kids. They ended up at 201 West 8th Street, that's where we live. And I can remember coming from work down Forest Street, across that railroad track, and I'd hear all that noise down there, a bunch of kids going on. I said, well, Cecil's having another party with these kids. They'd be drinking Polly Pop and having a good time, all out in the yard and in the house and everywhere, you know. And mother would be going, running, getting stuff ready for them to try to give them something, or a cookie or something, you know, whatever. But it'd be kids from all over the place. And he just didn't start that when he got to California, is what the point I'm trying to make. See? But the thing that we finally said that happened to him is he was having such a time trying to bring this world together, stop racism, and he thought this is what he was supposed to do, and he felt himself he couldn't do it. He was failing at it until it just blew his mind. And as a result, we ended up unable to have any kind of medical attention for him. We ended up just praying and walking with him and talking to him and doing everything we possibly could. I seen my mother in tears many times because of the way he was, you know. And sure enough, just like he said, finally one day he snapped out of it. And he's been doing the things that I think he finally accepted the fact that, hey, I can't make this change by myself. I can't do it. It's got to be done the way he's doing it now. And that is get involved like he does now.
Yeah.